What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing and breaking down Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 1. And of course, guys, this is the long-awaited season premiere, so with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, guys, the episode starts right where we left off at the Season 2 cliffhanger, with the Kents going into their new ocean fortress instead of, the one that we always see in the Arctic, in like every Superman movie and TV show that's ever existed. Obviously in this new fortress, Clark's birth mother is there once again as well, so that was pretty cool to see. Of course, also this is the first season with the new Jonathan Kent actor, so I'm actually really interested to see how that goes this season. I mean, yeah, they're obviously just going to ignore that it's a totally new actor, but yeah, I'm still interested to see if, what his storyline is. And we also see General Lane come out of retirement and, become the general once again, which I think actually kind of saved his character, because he didn't really have much of a role when he was, retired. So I think this is going to be a great step for him. That's kind of what I wish they did with Joe West on The Flash Season 9. I wish he came out of retirement and then became, the police captain once again. I think that would have saved his character. Also, we see, back to the review, we see Clark working with Lois at the Smallville Gazette, which we knew would happen based on the synopsis for Season 3. And already 2 minutes into the episode, we already see Lois' storyline start with BRUNO MANNHEIM, who is obviously supposed to be somewhat of a main villain this season, so I'm interested to see where that goes this season. We see Jordan adapting to his powers quite nicely as he's flying, basically with ease. It's just really cool to see, Superman training Superboy. Now, there's another character I want to talk about, and that is John Henry. You don't usually see a character like John Henry stay as a main character on a show like this, but I actually really like his character. I like that he's still a regular, but I will continue to say this until probably the show ends. I thought he was an absolutely outstanding villain in the first half of Season 1, and I wish they kind of kept him a villain longer because he was super threatening even though he didn't really have many powers. So then we see a big construction accident, and Superman saves the day like always. But the thing here is that Jordan was already there before Clark was, and he kind of screwed it up. He almost revealed his identity to the world. So that's just gonna lean more into his storyline of training and becoming a hero like Clark. So I guess there's that. Now we see Lois keep digging into the BRUNO MANNHEIM stuff as she actually questions John Henry Irons' sister on this Earth. Obviously, the John Henry we know is from another Earth, and the John Henry on this Earth was killed by BRUNO MANNHEIM. And we also hear her talk about, the BRUNO MANNHEIM stuff associated with Lex Luthor, who is also, supposed to be a main villain type of character this season. Obviously, Lex was recasted for the show because, they're trying to have Superman and Lois set in a whole other universe than the Arrowverse. So yeah, Lois tells Clark that she might be pregnant, as we knew that would happen from the trailer. Now, something else interesting that happened in this episode was General Lane recruiting Natalie, who is obviously John Henry's daughter, for the DOD, which I found, that to be pretty interesting. Natalie, of course, built her own suit, just like her dad, John Henry's suit, so I think that's going to be pretty interesting going forward. But then we see Clark fly to Metropolis, where he stands face to face with Henry Miller, aka Atom Man, who Clark already locked up back in Season 1. But the thing here is now he has powers, which he didn't have before. Henry Miller, that is, has powers. Now, just as Henry is about to kill Clark, someone quote-unquote kills Henry first, and we see this weird-looking person with some sort of swirl for a face. Now, off of my knowledge, I don't know who this could be, but I'm sure one of you guys might know. Now, as for how Henry Miller got powers, it's going to be, something to do with BRUNO MANNHEIM or Lex Luthor. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to, dive deeper into. But then at the end of the episode, we actually find out that Lois is not pregnant, which was a bit of a twist. And we also see BRUNO MANNHEIM's first appearance, which is pretty cool. And as predicted, he was the one responsible for Henry Miller getting powers. The swirl face person was there too, meaning that Henry Miller dying was just simply a test to see if, BRUNO MANNHEIM could revive him, which he could, as Henry Miller is, resurrected once again. But yeah, that was about it for the episode, guys. Now, of course, there was, a ton of other storylines that happened in this episode, like Jordan and Jonathan's birthday, or, Mayor, Lana being mayor, all that stuff. I just don't really care to go over that because I'm not particularly interested in it. If you guys really want me to, break that stuff down, I guess I will put it in my next review. But for me, it's just not particularly interesting, so I figured I'd leave it out. But yeah, I'd say it was a pretty decent premiere. I'm really excited for, the rest of the season, with the BRUNO MANNHEIM stuff. And the Lex Luthor stuff, but unfortunately, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it kind of looked like John Diggle might not be in this season after all, which is a little bit disappointing. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm still pretty excited for what we've got. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your thoughts on the episode. What did you guys think of it? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.